Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 6 of my 9-week mini cut. It is Thursday. I have not vlogged all week because last week Steve was doing some things for the Super Bowl, and so he worked 7 days that week and like 12 plus hour days. So I barely got to spend any time with him. He's off this week, so the last few days I've just been enjoying that time with him, soaking it all up. And I didn't want to have my phone out vlogging while we were spending that time together. But I will be vlogging as usual for the rest of the week, what little is left of it. And I'll definitely update you on how this week has been and also answer some questions I've been getting in my DMs on Instagram. So, Monday and Tuesday was usual. I went to the gym, did leg day on Monday, stuck to my macros, so still at 1600 calories, Mediterranean keto. And Tuesday, I didn't go to the gym, but I still stuck to my macros. Wednesday was Valentine's Day yesterday. I didn't go to the gym. I spent the entire day with Steve. It was very nice. And I had my first cheat day. It was going to be a meal, it turned into a day. So basically, we went to my favorite French cafe here in Las Vegas, and I had a cappuccino and I had a croissant sandwich. It was absolutely delicious. Didn't feel guilty about it at all. We went out shopping for the whole day, and then we went and grabbed a small lunch. We actually just split a sandwich. It was a turkey club on sourdough bread. And then for dinner, just like we've done for the past several years, we popped open a very bougie bottle of champagne and we made homemade pizza, and it was delicious. So the champagne is a champagne called Rare, and it is rare. They're not making it anymore. And it is, we were told it was as good, if not better, than Dom Perignon. So the best champagne we've ever had in our life was a vintage 2012 Dom Perignon. I will remember that champagne forever. It was delicious. We also got the 2013 Dom Perignon, not as good as the 2012. And when you're paying $300 for a bottle of champagne, you want it to be perfect. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the 2012. This rare champagne was very good. So I would say, in order of champagnes, 2012 Dom Perignon, Rare, 2013, for you champagne connoisseurs out there. So then we made pizza from scratch. So rolled out the dough, added our toppings. It was absolutely delicious. And yeah, that's how we spent our evening. I will say though, by the end of the day, I was extremely tired, which is not like me. And I think it was because of having carbs the entire day. I'm not used to it. Fat is a much more sustainable fuel source. Carbs is very quick burning, so it gives you that burst of energy and then it dies down, whereas fats are more like a continuous, slow burning source of energy. I did notice that. This morning, I didn't weigh myself. I'm still going to weigh myself on Sunday and do my physique check on Sunday like I have been, but I did notice this morning I was bloated and definitely holding on to some water. So I am back on track today. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the time Sunday comes around, I expect for any bloating and water retention to be completely gone because it was just one day. And yeah, that being said, it was delicious. I don't regret it. I enjoyed every minute of it. And it's about what you consistently do, what you do most of the time, not what you do sometimes. So that is not something that I do, every week or even every month. It's just every now and then. So yeah, it was absolutely delicious. And now I am back on track. So I already had my breakfast. This morning I had a pizza omelet. So basically, I took all the toppings that I had on my pizza last night. So it was mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, Kalamata olives, sun dried tomatoes, basil, onion, and some capers. And I put all of that inside of an omelet, and it was delicious. So I had that this morning for breakfast. I am going to get some work done, get on with my day. I will get back to you at lunchtime and I will answer some questions around health and fitness that I have been asked in my DMs. Here is lunch. We went out to a Greek restaurant. I got a Euro salad. It's just Euro meat on a salad. Steve got the same thing, just bigger, and his has pita bread, and mine does not. Okay, I am home from lunch, so before I get busy again, I'm going to answer the number one question I have been asked by those of you who are doing this mini cut with me, and then I'll answer some more questions tomorrow. So, the number one question I have been asked is, how do you deal with cravings? And so here's my answer. If you've been doing this mini cut with me, if you've been really good and staying on track and haven't like fallen off the wagon or whatever, had any like cheat meals or mishaps or whatever, you've been really good this whole time. You are in a state of ketosis, you are feeling really good, and then now all of a sudden you have a craving for a brownie. So, really, there are three ways you can go about this, and it's going to depend on number one, what works best for you, and number two, what your specific goals are. So, the first option, and this is what works best for me, is to find a way to make a version of the thing you're craving for that is a healthier version that fits your macros. So for me, if I wanted a brownie, I'll find a way to make a keto brownie. And that usually does it for me. It fulfills that craving and I am good to go. Now, some people that just doesn't cut it. It's not the same, so it's not going to fix that craving. So in that case, you have two other options. The first option, and this is what I had to do a lot of times when I was prepping for my bikini competition where there is no room for error, is you just deal with the craving until it passes. It will pass. It may even take a couple of days, but you don't give in. You just don't give in. This is also a good option if you are somebody who has a bit of an addictive personality. Just let it pass. It will go away and you'll be fine. However, that doesn't work for everyone because it's almost like an itch you have to scratch. So that's why making a keto version or a cleaner version of the thing you want is a good option. Now, if neither of those are working for you, if you're like, I can't ignore this craving and a keto version of a brownie isn't going to cut it, I want the actual brownie. The third option is have the freaking brownie. Like, just have it. Have one, enjoy it, savor it, and then get back on track. Like move on from it. Because the thing is, if you have been doing very well for weeks, having one brownie is not going to derail you from your goals. It is not going to ruin the weeks of progress that you've made. Enjoy your sweet treat and move on. Now, where this becomes an issue though, is in two situations. One, sometimes having it can increase the craving to where it's like now every day you have to have it. And if you make it a daily thing, that is going to have an effect on your goals. The second is not everyone, but some people will have that brownie and they're like, oh my God, that was so good. And they want more and more and more. So then they end up binging that day where it's not just the brownie. They'll have the brownie and then they'll have a cake and then they'll have a bag of chips and then they'll have whatever. And it kind of snowballs into something much bigger than we intended it to. So finding out which of these methods is best for you is just going to be a matter of trial and error and finding what works for you. My top suggestion is to just try and make a keto version of whatever it is that you are craving and see how that is. If that doesn't work, my second piece of advice, my second option would be to just see if you can wait till it passes. And if it doesn't, have the thing you're craving, but set yourself up for success. Meaning, again, using brownies as an example, don't go to your bakery and buy a pack of a dozen brownies because now it makes it a lot easier for you to have more than just one brownie. Go to a bakery and get one brownie. Don't go make yourself a batch of brownies. Just get one. So that way you can have that one and you're not going to be so tempted to have more because there is no more. You have that one and enjoy it and move on. So, there are my thoughts on that. I am going to go hit the gym and do upper body, and then I will see you at dinner. For dinner, I'm having a sausage and veggie stir fry with goat cheese. I almost forgot to record my dinner. I ate about half of it already, but I did hit my macros for today. It's Friday. I have coconut oil on top of an almond butter mug muffin. So now that breakfast is done, let me answer the second most common question I have been asked, which is what do you do when you start to lose the motivation to go to the gym? So, this is super common. It happens to everyone. Even the biggest gym going influencers on the internet will lose the motivation to go and work out. And I think something helpful here is to number one, know that it's totally normal. But number two, try to ask yourself why. Why do you think you're losing motivation? Is it like right now it's winter, so it's cold and you just don't want to go outside, so you're losing the motivation because it's just cold and you don't want to? Or is it because you're getting bored? Are you bored of your gym routine? Do you need to switch it up and do you need to do something else? It could be that you just genuinely don't like your gym, or you don't like where you're going to work out, or you maybe aren't fond of the people there. I've been to gyms where it's just the crowd was the wrong crowd for me, and so I didn't want to go. And then I switched gyms and then I love it and I'm, back and motivated again. Last summer, I went through this period of time where I wanted to stay active, but I could not be bothered to go to the gym and lift weights. Like I wanted nothing to do with weightlifting, which is very unusual for me because usually that's my favorite form of exercise. And I just didn't want to. So rather than fighting myself, I decided to just find other ways to stay active that summer. So I went swimming a lot. I did a lot of yoga and I started riding my bike all around my neighborhood, all around these like nature trails. And then I went hiking a lot with the kids, played tennis, like anything else that I could do that kept me active. It was still a good workout and it was fun, and I wasn't forcing myself to do it. It was something I genuinely wanted to do. So that's another option too. Now, again, if you have specific goals, like you want to build up the muscle on your legs, skipping leg day every single week in order to go swim is not going to help you reach your goal. But if you have a general goal of being healthy and active, then maybe switch it up from time to time so that way you don't get bored. I think boredom is probably the biggest reason that people lose motivation for the gym. Another helpful tip to just help get you excited is, if you love to shop like I do, one of the most motivating things is to like go buy some new athletic wear or go buy a new water bottle. Go buy something that is fitness related that you are excited to use. Like if I buy a new pair of yoga pants, I'm excited to wear those yoga pants and I will go to the gym so I can wear my new yoga pants. Whatever works, you just have to get creative and find what works for you to help you get that motivation back. And it's going to be different for everyone. And it's going to just depend on why you lost the motivation in the first place. So I hope those answers were helpful. I'm going to go get some work done and then I will see you at lunchtime. Today's lunch is an omelet with pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, and sun-dried tomatoes. Coffee break, I got a latte breve, which means it's just made with half and half instead of regular milk, 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, and 1 pump of peppermint. For dinner tonight, I have a shrimp stir fry that I made with zucchini and basil, onion, olives, sun-dried tomatoes. I have the shrimp in there, of course, and then I have butter, heavy cream, and Parmesan cheese as the sauce. And I seasoned it with garlic powder, salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning blend, and some red pepper flakes as well. Good morning. It's time to go get coffee and breakfast. Yeah. I've gotten myself an iced coffee and the bacon egg bites. I just got back from the store, so now I'm going to make some lunch. I'll probably make myself a chicken salad, and then for exercise today, I'm going to do some cardio. My youngest daughter has been very into jump roping lately, so I am going to do some kind of jump rope workout with her. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And then dinner, I'm not sure yet what we're going to do, but I will keep you posted. For dinner, we ended up going out to eat, and I got this huge Cobb salad. It was so filling. Good morning. It is Sunday. So I have now, okay, it's the end of week 6. I have lost a total of 5 pounds. and a total of 1 inch off of my waist. So being somebody who doesn't have a lot of weight to lose, who's not like considered overweight or anything, I think that's really good. Those are some good results. I still have a few weeks left, so I would like to get under 135. So from last week to this week, I actually didn't lose any weight at all. I weigh the exact same and my waist measurement's the same, and I also look about the same. And I think that has to do with number one, that cheat day that I kind of threw in the week for Valentine's Day. And then also just the fact that I've been eating out a lot. Now, even though I was eating out a lot, I was still sticking to my keto macros. But whenever you go out to certain restaurants, you never really know exactly the ingredients that are in there. You don't know how clean they are, especially when it comes to like sauces and dressings and things like that. So I think that had some to do with it as well. So changes for next week. I am, number one, don't have any like planned cheat days or anything like that in there. Number two, I'm going to try and eat out far less. So probably even the whole week will just be all home cooked meals. I have been doing good at getting to the gym around like 4 days a week, but something I'd like to add into the mix is some more cardio. So whether that's just doing longer than 15 minutes as a warm up at the gym, or maybe I'll just go to the gym one extra day specifically for cardio, or throw in some extra walks now that it's starting to warm up more here in Vegas and the sun has been out. It's nicer weather to be able to go on walks. So I definitely want to add some more low intensity cardio in the mix. So those are the changes for next week. I also think in next week's vlog, I'm going to focus more on showing you the details of things versus trying to show you a little bit of everything every day. So even if that means I only vlog like 3 days, I want to be a little more in depth on recipes, or if I do a home workout or things like that, just be a little bit more detailed. And just let me know what you think. And a little update for you on my cookbook. So I know I originally said I wasn't going to start on it until I got back from my vacation, but I have started because I'm too excited. So progress on that. I wrote my Amazon description, and then I did like my copyright page, my dedication page, kind of like an introduction to the book. And then I just barely getting started on the actual recipes. So something I might do next week, depending on time, is I might start actually making the foods and plating them in a really pretty way, so that way I can take the pictures that will go into the cookbook. So I am working on it very slowly, but I am working on it and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you to everyone who said the book would be helpful. It's definitely given me the motivation to write it and share all these really delicious, easy, and healthy recipes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you in next week's vlog. Bye.